Welcome back to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, where Stroll, Latifi and Villeneuve, both Jacques and Gilles, are the 4 Canadian point scorers in the past. Who's going to come out on top today at this favourite of the F1 calendar? It's the Canadian Grand Prix. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles per hour here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 2/3 of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions, and watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and that final chicane. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Yuki Tsunoda lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Antonelli, Lando Norris and Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, Fernando Alonso and Alex Albon, Stroll, Lawson, Carlos Sainz and Hadjar, Gasly, Behrman, Nico Hülkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto. Doohan and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Alongside me here in the commentary box today, former racing driver extraordinaire Naomi Schiff. Oh Canada, oh Canada, what a track this is, and what a challenge for the drivers this weekend. Long straights, heavy braking zones and a very green surface to start with.
This happens to be one of the drivers' favourites. It is a low downforce circuit that is fast and flowing, but it is also demanding on the brakes. And be careful, because let's not forget the Wall of Champions that catches out so many.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. All the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Now use DRS. DRS now available. battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Piastri's behind. They're all fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Time last lap, 1:19.7. You've got 18 laps until your pit window opens. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. more than 50 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to your teammate behind, 5.8 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, they're 8th. And the time last lap, 1 minute 20.1. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now. Norris is behind you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Time last lap, 1:19.1. Norris behind. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. And the time last lap, 1 minute 19.1. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Looks like the car behind has a small amount of damage to the front wing, but it doesn't seem to be affecting performance. Just be aware. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're 8th. Time last lap, 1:20.4. Attention, front of the pack. Norris is behind you. Okay, they're on old softs. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time. Fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 18.7. Conditions look stable at the moment, no rain currently expected. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, so that last lap, 1:22.7. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead. Gap to your teammate ahead, 10.4 seconds. Piastri ahead. And the time last lap, 1 minute 21.1. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Okay, Antonelli behind. Time last lap, 1:19.8. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. They've got some kind of mechanical problem. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. And that's us in 10th position. Okay, gap to leader, 13.6 seconds. Behrman just ahead. Push, push. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Antonelli's behind you. They're on fresh softs. They've got some kind of mechanical problem. And your pit window opens in 2 laps' time. We've got more than 50 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, you're in 9th position. The distance to the leader, 10.7 seconds. Okay, Piastri just ahead. Push hard, push hard. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.9 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, Behrman's behind. They're on old mediums. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 8.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're in 3rd. And the time last lap, 1 minute 21.0. Norris has just put in the fastest lap of the race so far. We're going to box this lap and push hard on the in-lap. Yep. And you've got P7, 7th place. Okay, so gap to the leader, 9.5 seconds. Piastri's ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.9 seconds. And Verstappen's behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Your pit window is open. Pit window currently open. And that's 49 laps to go. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. That's it, go, go, go. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Alonso's ahead of you. And gap to the car in front, 3.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap, 1:20.1. Alonso ahead, and the time last lap, 1:20.1. Okay, gap ahead, 3.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. Charles is in for his stop now. Behrman's ahead of you, less than a second separates you. Time last lap, 1:21.6. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Alonso's ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car in front, 4.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. That's Behrman behind you. They're on fresh mediums. And that's 20 laps until your pit window's open. And that's 46 laps to go. There are 50 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, the car behind has some front wing damage. We should be able to pull a gap. Let's go. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Alonso ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Gasly's behind you. Okay, they're on old softs. Pit window opens in 19 laps time. 19 laps. We've still got 45 laps to complete here. Gap to your teammate ahead, 9.4 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're sitting in 7th. And the time last lap, 1:20.3. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 8.3 seconds. We've got 48 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to your teammate ahead, 7.9 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're sitting in 7th. Time last lap, 1:18.9. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 2.1 seconds. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Doing just ahead, push hard. And the time last lap, 1:19.6. Okay, the gap is less than a second. 1.2 seconds advantage per lap. Keep going. increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. We've got 44 laps of fuel left. Good job, nice overtake. Caution! Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags. Science ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.3 seconds. Time last lap, 1:19.3. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Lawson's just ahead. Come on, let's push. And they've entered the pit lane, and the time last lap, 1:20.2. Okay, Charles ahead. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.9 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 8 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1:20.1. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths. Piastri's behind you now. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 3.0 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in third. And the time last lap, 1:18.9. And gap to the car in front, 2.4 seconds. you've got P5, P5. Our gap to first place, 19.4 seconds. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. Piastri's behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. You've got 10 laps until your pit window opens. Pit window opens in 10 laps. And there's 36 laps to go. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, gap ahead, 9.0 seconds. And so that's 38 laps of fuel remaining. No rain expected, no rain expected for the time being. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. Okay, gap to the car in front, 7.5 seconds. Time last lap, 1:19.3. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.4 seconds. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 3.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, so the car ahead's come in and fitted the soft tyre. Okay, that's 33 laps of fuel left. P3, you're currently in P3. Okay, gap to leader, 8.1 seconds. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Piastri's behind you now. Okay, they're on old softs. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. 29 laps to go. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. We're approaching the pit window now and you're going to be on hards next time. Okay, we need to push now. Use the overtake button for more power. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 7.6 seconds. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap.
There you go. Thanks, mate.
The car behind's gaining on you by 0.5 a lap. Don't forget, box this lap. Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Doohan's ahead of you, and the time last lap, 1 minute 19.5. And gap to the car in front, 2.9 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Alonso behind you now. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Time last lap, 1:19.8. We think they've got one more stop. So we've got 29 laps of fuel remaining. Pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance. Okay, gap ahead, 1.6 seconds. Movement ahead. And the time last lap, 1 minute 19.2. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. We think they've got one more stop. Charles is in the pits. Stroll is ahead of you. Time last lap, 1:19.7. Okay, gap to the car in front, 2.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now. Tyre condition still looking good. We've got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.9 seconds. That's Charles ahead of you now. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 3.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old, and the time last lap, 1 minute 18.6. Pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.9 seconds. 23 laps of fuel remaining. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay mate, that last lap, 1:17.6. There are 22 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, Charles ahead. Time last lap, 1:17.9. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 0.3 a lap. Good work. Car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done. You've got a 4-second gap to the car behind. 4 seconds. The Ferrari driver's stopping now. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. car in front, 3.6 seconds. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, gap ahead, 4.1 seconds. We've got a gap of around 4 seconds between you and the next car. And we've got 16 laps of fuel left, 16 laps. Sonoda behind. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now, and the time last lap, 1:18.4. Systems all looking good, head down. current fastest lap, 1 minute 17.1. Okay, gap to the car in front, 2.4 seconds. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, Sonoda's behind you. Time last lap, 1:18.8. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Tyre condition still looking good. Fourth position, you're in fourth position. The distance to the leader, 22.1 seconds. Okay, Russell's ahead. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. And that's 8 laps to go. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.5 seconds. Piastri ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 1.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. They've done 14 laps on those tyres now, and the time last lap, 1 minute 18.4. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 0.3 a lap. Good work. Gap to your teammate behind, 0.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Time last lap, 1:19.3. They're currently 5th. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. try to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it. Okay, Piastri just ahead. Push hard, push hard. And the time last lap, 1 minute 18.7. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 18 laps old. Okay, we're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Give it everything you got. There's a gap of 3 seconds between you and the car behind. Let's see if you can increase it. Nine laps of fuel to go, 9 laps left. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3. overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Checkered flag.
Hey, good job, everyone. Great job with the pit stop. Thanks for continuing to push. They're just too big for us today. Let's keep pushing. Let's get closer.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
It's not every day that we get to see such incredible wheel-to-wheel racing. Next time, they might consider making it easier for themselves, but today, we absolutely loved all the action that we got to see out there.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. One of the all-time greats celebrates yet again. It's another podium, it's another top step for Max Verstappen.